Hi guys, it is me, Stace, and welcome to another Whatever Wednesday video. For today's video, I thought I would share with you how I took a regular composition book and turned it into my 2016 blogging planner, life planner, whatever kind of planner. The first thing I did was pick up my book. I got this at Walmart. It was 88 cents, and this one here has 100 sheets of paper. Then I measured my book top to bottom and left to right to cover the front cover and the back cover. I put my homemade Mod Podge, 2 parts glue, 1 part water on the cover, added my paper. I used my brayer to even the glue out. You can also use a bone folder, just something you want to use to spread the glue out evenly. I allowed it to dry for maybe a minute or so, then I trimmed my edges. And I did that for the front and the back of the cover. Then we have this here. I did not cover my spine. You certainly can do that if you want to. I was going for like a yellow and black theme, so I left the spine the way it was. And I have it keeping shut with a rubber band. You can use a rubber band, a piece of elastic, even a headband would work. And I wanted my book to cover the whole year, so January through December. So my months go all the way back to here. I created tabs for each month, and they're labeled front and back, so I can see the months either way. All right, so for the inside cover, I didn't do anything with that yet. I plan on adding another piece of paper and probably a sheet of acetate on there, so I'm able to put post-it notes on there or stickers without it ruining the backing of that. And I didn't do the front or the back, but I do plan on doing that. I also did not take out any pages of the book, so I used every page in here. So the very first page of the book, I added my tabs. I created those using the Stampin' Up! Decorative label punch, any kind of tag punch you have, or tab punch. If you don't have a punch, you can certainly just cut it out with a piece of cardstock. I stapled those on, then I covered the staple with paper front and back. And I just used my Mod Podge again. I just put a piece of wax paper here so the pages wouldn't stick to one another. And when you're using the Mod Podge, since the wet glue is going to tend up to wrinkle on you, and you'll see that there. And I'm okay with it. I did change my mind later, but with the Mod Podge, it will wrinkle. So when I had the paper covered front and back, I wanted to add a calendar here. I went on Google. I came across a site called printacalendar.com. I'll have the link below. Found a calendar I liked, and when I printed it, I scaled it down to 80%. This way the whole calendar would fit on my cover here. I don't plan on writing it on the calendar. I wanted just a month in a view so I can see all the dates here, and also I can just add like a little heart for, certain people's birthdays on that day. So there's the first page. The back of that page, again, I covered that to hide the staple, and I added a pocket here. Now each pocket will have one of these, and I created this on my computer, and I will have, you can download this on my blog, just a blank monthly calendar. You write the month in, then you have date 1 through 31, an area for the project, and then check marks here if you made the project, did you take a photo of it, a video on it, did you blog about it, YouTube, and then social media. It's a great way to keep track of projects or ideas. There's sometimes I'll think of a project and I write the date down, but I don't make it or I don't photograph it, so I always can come back and check in when that is done. One of those for every month. All right, then we have page 2 of the book. So we have page 1 and page 2. Again, I covered that with more paper, and then I went on Google again. I looked up life planning quotes, and then whatever kind of quote came across I liked, I printed it out on Walmart brand Georgia Pacific cardstock and slapped it on page 2. So each month we'll have a calendar, a tab, a pocket, and a quote. All right, then we have the actual planning part. So there's week 1, then we have week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and then the ending of week 5 will have a blank page, then you start February. So each month will have actual 7 pages. So the first page will have the calendar and the tab. That's page 1. Then you have page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, and page 7. Then you start February with your 7 pages and so forth and so on. Now the way I measured the planning part, I wanted 1 week to be on a 2-page spread, if you will. I did not measure up here because there's no lines there. So I just kind of eyeballed it. I went down 8 lines, drew a line, 8 lines, drew a line, and I have my Saturday and my Sunday area here. To get my Saturday and Sunday center point, I went from the right hand side of the book, and I went in 3.5 inches and drew my line down. I have the days of the week in the side margins, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday is over here. And there's plenty enough room in there to write down what's happening. And I don't plan on using it just for blogging. It'll be, like I said, a life planner, blogging planner, or whatever. I can write down a Hardy vet appointment, how she did and what she weighed, or a buster's checkup, things like that. And I went in and added all the dates for the month. And then we have February. Again, the same thing with my tab paper on the front and back, and my calendar, a quote, and a pocket. And then again, we have the 5 weeks. At the end of the 5 weeks, each page will have a blank page on the left-hand side. On this page, what I plan on doing this for, or using this for, is for Project Life. I did not do Project Life in 2015. I do have photographs for it, and I'll probably do a scaled down version for 2015, but the upcoming year I do want to keep on top of my Project Life. So I'm able to write down here what happened in February, like February 14th was Valentine's Day, or February 8th, Hardy to the Vet, or whatever happened that day I can write down here and then go back and use it for reference for that month of Project Life. All right, then we have March. Again, the quote in the pocket, and the weeks, there's 5 weeks. My blank page here. Then we have April, same thing, quote pocket, and the week. And then we have May. Now at this point my book was getting pretty bulky because, you know, the Mod Podge is a wet glue and your pages are going to wrinkle. Like I said here, they're wrinkled up there. Another one that's wrinkled pretty badly is this one here. So it's going to add bulk to your book. So here I just used my ATG tape. On my paper, I just did like maybe 3 strips and I went around the edges with a liquid glue to make sure the paper laid down flat. And when I measured my paper, for this book it was 7 by 10, and I only had to trim off a little bit. And I also did not take my paper all the way to the center. If you do that, you're gonna end up breaking down that spine, and the book is gonna be super bulky on you. So I maybe went in about 1/4 inch and then added my paper. And since I used a dry glue here, or a dry tape, you know, the paper lays flat and it's much neater look, so there's no more wrinkles or bulk. So I do like it that way. I'm not gonna go back and redo it, but if I were to redo it again, I would definitely make it that way with using a dry adhesive. So we have May, quote in a pocket, and the days of the week are blank page for Project Life, and then June, and the same thing throughout the rest of the year. So January here, or July, there's a little heart there for a birthday. So in the pocket here, I added a birthday card. So when that month comes up, my birthday card's all ready to go. Then we have July, August, a quote in a pocket, September, a quote. And you can see my paper doesn't match. I wasn't worried about that. I was going for more functionality and designing it the way I would use it more. All right, then we have November, quote pocket and the weeks, December, quote pocket and the weeks, and then we have the last of December, which is right here, which is my Project Life page. Now, if you do it the exact way I did, where each month has 7 pages, at the end of your book, you're going to have 16 pages left over. Now, you can divide that into sections of 8 or sections of 4, or I'm leaving mine open, so I can use it for whatever I wanted to use it for. There's no certain thing I need to put in here. So I can write down ideas for making on Monday, Toddler Tuesday, things like that, card sketches, ideas, grocery list, whatever I want to write here, I can do that. On this page, after December, I did cover that with my tab and covered it with cardstock front and back, or paper front and back. And then I have so I have 15 pages left over. It's not a lot for a whole year, so if you want to, you can always come back in here and grab another page, cover it up, and add a pocket, so you're able to add more things to your pocket. It's very hard to add pages to a composition book because of the way it's bound together, but you can certainly create pockets and add more paper as you want. All right, then the back, as I said, I did not cover this either. In the back, I was on Pinterest, and I came across a cleaning calendar. I'm really bad at keeping up track on things. Like my blinds will go a month without being clean. They get dusty, and it's a harder time cleaning them. So I kind of looked at cleaning calendars on Pinterest, found ones I liked or I can relate to, and I will go in there and change it to where it fits our needs. Like they have Saturday is catch up, nothing is going on Sunday. Sunday's my laundry day and ironing day, so I'll go in there and add what will fit for our household, and then that'll be in the back of my book as well. So I can just keep track of this. I may have it for, monthly, because there's a whole month thing, and I may do it that way, or I just may do one and just keep in the back, so it's just there for a reference, or keep on the fridge, what have you. But I like the planner. It didn't cost a lot of money. It was 88 cents. Everything else I had, I just used scrap paper that I had on hand. Like I said, if you don't have a tab punch, you can certainly make your own by just using cardstock. So the price of the book, 88 cents. I have a really customized planner that fits my needs, and I like that it lays flat. There's plenty of room here for me to add cards, or that monthly planner for each month to keep track of my blog posts and videos. It lays flat, and like I said, there's plenty of room here in the days of the week. And like you can see here for May, I didn't even go back in here and add my dates. I can kind of do that as I go, but the whole book together, front to back, completely finished, maybe 2 days total. And it was pretty easy to do. So there you have my 2016 blogging life planner. Hope you guys enjoyed. Any questions, please let me know. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.